Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi theme tutorial. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, today we're following up on yesterday's video where we showed you how to hide and show sections with buttons. And a question came up, can you do it with modules? And of course, again, the answer is yes, you can do it with anything that you can give an ID to, a CSS ID. So we've done this here with some modules today, and you can just toggle them on and off as you wish. And it's pretty easy to do. Again, we're going to use some code from W3 Schools right here. I'll put this URL below the video. It's pretty easy to do. So I'll get rid of what I've got going on here and we'll start again from scratch. Of course, I'm using the fantastic Divi theme. It just keeps getting better and better with more and more features. If you'd like to take it for a test drive, you can do so from my affiliate link below the video. So let's enable the Visual Builder. Once loaded, I'm going to go down and I'm going to delete the sections and we'll start again from scratch. Now I'm just on a regular page here. Okay, we've got our Visual Builder already loaded, so I'm going to go down to where I want to work. Let's add a new section to put the buttons in. We'll use a regular section. As I'm using 3 buttons, I'm making 3 columns in that section. And I'm going to add a code block. Now inside the code block is where we want to put our W3 Schools button code. So if we look at W3 Schools up here, right up at the top, they've got the code for the button. I'm going to select all of that, Control C to copy, Control V to paste it into my code block here. And as you can see, it's placed the button right there. Now it's not the most exciting looking button in the world, but it will be functional. But what we'll do, we'll customize that button to make it a little more interesting in a moment. Now I'm going to jump down a little space, and next thing we do, we need to put the script in here. So if we go back to W3 Schools, we've got our JavaScript code just underneath here. And because we're putting it in a code block, we need to wrap it in some script tags. You can either do that by writing your own script tags, or if you hit the try it yourself button here, on their example down here, they've already got it encased in some script tags, so you can simply copy that if you prefer. Control C to copy. Back to our little code block. And let's paste it in there. And we'll analyze this in a moment. Now for anybody that watched yesterday's, you're going to know exactly what we've done here, so you can skip ahead. Okay, so now I want to style our little button here. And to do this, we really have to write it within the code itself, which is up here. So just after the word button, I'm going to click and I'm going to put in style, S-T-Y-L-E equals, and a couple of inverted commas. And a space, because I want to give it a bit of space there. Then within the inverted commas, we can write our code. Okay, what do I want to do? Let's do pretty much the same as we did yesterday. Background, colon, blue. And you can see it changing in real time there. And let's make it a bit bigger, so we'll say padding. And we'll say top and bottom, say 15 pixels. And left and right will give 25 pixels. As you can see, it's made it a lot bigger there, semicolon. And we want the text to be white, so we'll say color, colon, FFF. Or you could write in white if you wanted to. Great, well let's shake it up a bit and just change it a little bit from yesterday. Let's make it pill shaped. So say border, dash radius, colon, say 50 pixels. That'll make it pill shaped. There we go. Great, so we styled that button up. The other thing I want to do, I want that to sit centrally within the module, so let's go to our design tab go to text and hit the central align button. You've got justify left, right, all the way, or middle. Okay, great. So we got our button all sorted there. Now I'm going to save that and I'm going to clone it. If you go into the module, which is the dark tab right here, hit the two squares. I'm going to do it twice. Click, click. We've got three of them there. It doesn't matter which one you drag because they're all exactly the same. I'm just going to drag those over to my other columns. There we go. So now we've got our buttons in place. We want them to do something. So I'm going to create another section below. I'll make it a regular section. Again, I'll have 3 columns for 3 modules that we can click with these buttons. I'm going to put a call to action in. I'm going to leave it exactly like it is for the time being. Let's just close that out. I'm going to clone it another 2 times. And like I say, you can do this with any module. I'm just happening to use this one for demonstration purposes. There we go. And let's put a bit of background in this section so we can sort it out. Say background purple. Let's throw an image in there as well. And let's blend it so you can see that purple color as well. Background image blend. Let's multiply. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so what we're going to do, this button's going to click this one on and off, and these others are going to do their corresponding ones. What you've got to remember is when we click all of this off, this whole section is going to shrink down to nothing because it will have nothing inside of it. So we can give it a minimum height to keep it the way it is. We'll do that in a moment. Let's go back to our buttons and have a look at this code and decide what we want to do. Okay, hit the button says on click. It wants to do, it's going to hit my function. My function is this bit of script down below. And click me is the text within. So you can give them any name you want there. And we'll say my function 1 or my function 2 or whatever you want to call it. But you need to change it. You also need to change it document get. Now it's saying my div, and that is an actual ID. So let's say mod 1. And what we'll do, we'll save that. And because we've telling it to activate mod 1, let's go into our little module here and we'll give it the class of mod 1. Now not an ID rather than a class. So we're going to give it an ID of mod 1. Great. Now we need to do the same for these next ones, but give them unique names again. So we're going to say mod 2. And on click my function 2. And function my function 2. And we want to call that one mod 2. It was lowercase, wasn't it, we used before. Now it does make a difference if you use upper and lowercase. If you get it wrong, it won't work. Okay, so we've changed that. I think we've got everything good. 2, 2, 2. Same for the next one. Say mod 3. Or whatever you want to call your button, obviously. My function, whoops, my function 3. And my function 3 above. And we'll say mod 3. Okay, just want to check that first one again. Yeah, I forgot to put the function 1 in there. In fact, we could leave this one as it is because it's unique. So that's function 1, mod 1, function 1, mod 1. Great. Now we've got that, we want to make sure we've got all of our IDs for our modules. I know I put that first one in. Let's just double check. Mod 1, fantastic. Well, this one would be mod 2. And this one to be mod 3. Alright, let's save our changes and see if this is going to work. I see I've got some typos in my buttons up there. That won't make any difference, but I'll correct that in a moment. Save our page changes. Exit the Visual Builder. Go down to where we were. Let's see if this is going to work. Okay, great. Fantastic. Great. So they're working. But now if I take them all away, you can see that section collapsed to pretty much nothing. That's fine if you want it to do that, but we can give it a minimum height if you want it to remain a similar sort of height. And I need to sort out the typos on those buttons too. Bit of debugging, as they say. So let's enable the Visual Builder again. Let's go down to our buttons and let's sort those typos out. That one. Fantastic. Okay, so let's go into our section and make sure it's going to remain a similar height whether there's any modules there or not. So let's hit the little cog. We're going to go over to the design and sizing, and if we go down a little bit you'll see minimum height. Let's flip this slider till it's pretty much the same height as we've got it going here. So min height. Something like that. And you can adjust it, fine tune it. I'm going to leave it pretty much as is. That might not be exact. But with your little arrows on the side there, you can increment it up or down by pixel if you need to. So let's save that, save our changes, and we should be done. Exit the Visual Builder. One, two, three. And as you can see, it's staying the same height there. Bring them back in any order you want. You can do 4, 5, you can do what you want. This has just been a demonstration, and I hope that's answered your question. Of course, you can do this on anything that you can give a CSS ID to. So I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, share, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.